On the phone now, Bill Bennett, former education secretary and friend of Charles Krauthammer. Bill, good evening to you. Charles really was too young, 68.
Yep.
We all expected him to be around a lot longer than that. So that is part of what is such a shock here tonight, Bill.
You bet it is. And everything that's been said is true. I'll just dissent a little bit in this and say that if Charles were listening, and I expect he is, he would be a little uneasy. He'd say, "Come on, guys, you're laying it on really heavy." He had a great sense of himself and a fabulous sense of humor and sense of irony. I would think he would think some of this was just too maudlin, and he would want to be ironic about it. I've known Charles for a long, long time. I'll tell you a couple stories. I went to take my 5-year-old son, then our older son, to a movie. I looked for a movie that would work, and it was Tom and Jerry, a cartoon. I went in there. It looked like a pretty empty theater. When the movie was over, lights went up. My son and I were there, and Charles was there with his son.
Oh.
That was it. In this movie, Martha, a Tom and Jerry cartoon, they had some, shall we say, adult situations. And I was kind of shocked and surprised. Charles was, too. And I remember he said, "We're the only paying customers, and still they have to mistreat us." I mean, just classic Charles. You're showing some pictures of some of these meetings. Charles's lunches started, as I remember, with George Will and Meg Greenfield, then the editor of the Washington Post, up at the Chevy Chase Lounge on Connecticut Avenue. And then that evolved into some other lunches. I was part of that lunch. We called ourselves the Pariah Lunch Group. And it was Charles Murray, Charles Krauthammer, Pete Wehner, and myself. And we were the Pariah Lunch Group because, for one reason or another, each of us had a rough day at the office from time to time from the media. But we got together once every 2 months or so, once every 6 weeks, and talked about things high and low, things politically incorrect, whatever was on our minds, and it was more fun and more laughter. Again, that's the point I want to make. If Charles was listening, he'd say, "Come on, you guys. We had a lot of laughs. We had a lot of fun." You've shown a picture too of the chess game. He was a great chess player. He used to go to tournaments in New York and watch the Masters. And he was just a student. He loved life and loved to talk about so many aspects of life. And we will miss him. But we have his words. We have his words, and his words mean so much. And you've got so much daggone good videotape there, too.
And we have, as I think Brett said, he set the standard for all of us, and that will stay and be a legacy to him as well. Bill, thank you very, very much. Great to have you with us this evening. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you for asking me. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Always. We love having you.